There we are. Now we are live. Let me just double check on Facebook to make sure I am streaming live. And still doesn't show up. Oh, haha. There we are. Okay, if you're watching this, can you say hi in the comment section below so I can see who's here and what's up? I'm trying to navigate this new tool. Excuse me. So I use Ecamm Live for all of my live videos, and for this particular video, I went ahead and hit I'm going live like in the future, and so I wasn't sure exactly when that live stream would start, and I think I got it now. So hello, welcome, happy Friday. Go ahead and say hi in the comment section below. I'm so excited for this video because we're going to talk about how to start conversations on social media and a little bit about, getting out there. And I like to use the dating analogy, so I'll probably bring that up again. Before we dive in, I just want to see who's joining us live today. So if you are watching live, go ahead and say hi in the comment section below so that I can say hi right back at you. It is a nice, beautiful, sunny day today, but it's supposed to be raining all weekend, which is kind of a bummer because I've been getting out on my bike and like riding around and trying to be outside and do some active things, but the rain kind of dampers that just a little bit. Today we're talking about how to start conversations, and this is kind of an interesting topic personally because back when I was in the second grade, I distinctly remember getting in trouble in class for not talking. The teacher would call on me and I literally would not say anything because I was so shy. I didn't want to talk. And that continued all the way through my high school years. I didn't want to talk at all. Hey, Eve, good morning. When we talk about starting conversations, I had to break out of my shell a little bit. I also remember a conversation with my dad when I was in my teenage years and I started working at the movie theater, and I was like, hey, there's a lot of people there who are really cool. How do I get friends and say hi? I know it sounds so lame as I'm saying it now, but I was that shy and introverted, and I think a lot of us, when we start networking on social media, we feel some of that shyness and that introvertedness, and we don't know what to say or what to do. And actually, I had this conversation recently. So on Wednesday, I had an interview for a podcast. It's going to be coming out next week, so you guys can take a listen. But one of the things we talked about was that shyness and being an introverted business owner, and how do you navigate around those weird moments. So that interview is going to come out next week. I'll share it in the group when it comes out. But there's kind of two ideas here when it comes to starting conversations online. So I'm going to break it down into two different buckets, and then each bucket is going to have 3 or 4 ideas that you can kind of get tips from and glean information from and get out there and start those conversations. Okay, so the first bucket is content. And I find that the content button, hey Jacqueline, I find that the content button may be the easier one than the outreach bucket, which we'll talk about in a moment. Content is one way that you can start conversations with people online. So one of the things I like to do here in the group is themed prompts. So it could be something simple like everyone comment where you're from, or share your Instagram link and let's follow each other. Themed prompts that kind of prompt some conversation. That's number 1. Number 2 is news stories or anything controversial, or anything in the news. So right now, GDPR is everywhere, and if you don't know what that is, Google it, because there's a lot of changes happening with online information, especially with some of the recent security breaches and in people's information, and everyone's talking about it. So it may be a good conversation point to start with your audience. 1 was themed prompts. 2 was news stories. Number 3 is ask a question. And my team and I love this one. Almost every one of our clients has a question of the day type post that we share. And the question of the day is very simple. You're really just trying to start a conversation. So if you are a hair salon, your question of the day would be, are you a natural hair color or do you dye your hair? And people will answer in the comment section below. If you are I'm trying to think of a graphic designer. I always use the same examples. But anyways, if you are a graphic designer, your question of the day could be, do you have one main color for your brand and then neutrals, or do you have a lot of colors for your brand? And people comment in the comment section below. All right, so in our content bucket, we've got themed prompts, we have news stories, we have ask a question, and the 4th one and the last one is simple. It's welcome your new followers. So I do this here in the group, anyone who joins, because it is a bit of a private environment. I try to encourage them, welcome them, I tag them in that post. But we also do this on other platforms like Twitter for our clients. When we get new followers, we welcome them and thank them for participating and for, basically sticking their arm out, or like last week I talked about basically poking and encouraging that connection to maybe go a little bit further. So this is really just a starting point for that conversation. All right, so our content bucket was themed prompts, news stories, ask a question, and welcome new followers. I want to emphasize with the content section that if you don't tell your audience what to do, they won't know what to do. So you have to be specific with your content. If you don't tell them, comment below or share this post or respond with your ideas, they may not do it. So make sure you're guiding them down the path that you would like for this conversation to go. All right, so content bucket done. Next bucket, outreach. And this is the part where a lot of business owners miss. And it's actually where you should spend most of your time, because you can continue to post in that little bubble, but if nobody sees your question of the day, then nobody's going to respond on it, okay? So outreach. Internally, we call this social stalking, because we're kind of like creeping in on potential people we want to connect with. So the first thing you want to do is find potential buyers of your product and connect with them. Now, when I say potential buyers, it's really your target market. Like, who's that ideal person that could use your product or your service or whatever offer you have? Now, this is not a moment to pitch them. This is a genuine connection with them. Like I mentioned last week, it is your poke. If you're poking them and saying, hey, I'm here, ready to mingle, then maybe they'll mingle. I use this as a dating analogy often because I love this analogy, but when you're looking for a deeper connection or a partner in life, generally speaking, you have to date them first. Most people don't bump into someone at the grocery store and say, want to bang, and it ends well. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I don't have game, whatever. I'm married now. It doesn't matter. But I think most people want to be dated. They want to be wooed. They want to have that connection first. And the same thing is true with social media. You can't just go up to someone on social media and say, buy this thing, because most people say, no, not for me. Okay. So find potential buyers to connect with, but you also want to find non-competing businesses to connect with, businesses that correlate to what you do so you can collaborate together on something. So I used the hair salon example before. If there is a hair salon and they're looking for people to connect with on social media, one of the things I would suggest is connect with a spa, because there's a collaboration there. That spa's audience is probably very similar to the audience of your hair salon. Usually women usually they feel very important about the way they want to look on the outside and how they want to feel on the inside based on that. So usually they go together, okay? So if you're a hair salon, connect with a spa. If you're a graphic designer, connect with a copywriter. Those two services go very well together. They're not competing, so copywriter isn't going to steal your graphic design clients, so to speak, but they connect and they go really, really well together. All right. So in the outreach bucket, you find your potential buyers, you find non-competing businesses, and you join trending conversations. So what's happening right now? Be current, join those conversations. Just jump right in. So for instance, this is a silly example, but the Yanni and the Laurel thing, did you guys see that? I posted in the group. That blows my mind. I still cannot hear Laurel. I don't know what's happening. I did listen to this one that like pitched it way down and I could hear it, or pitched it up, or I can't even remember which one it was. And then I could hear it, but I felt like I was in like the Twilight Zone. Anyways, but if you take that Laurel, Yanni example, find people who are talking about that, let's say on Twitter, and just jump right in and start having a conversation with them about what you heard and what you think is happening, and maybe reference like that dress situation a few years ago, or whatever feels right for you. And really the main point, hey Jacqueline, really the main point is to focus on that conversation bit and really get out there. Put yourself out there. It is a lot like dating, right? All right. So anybody have any questions? I'm going to hang out for another, I want to say 2 or 3 minutes answering questions. And we don't really have too many people live today, which is fine. So if you're watching the replay, go ahead and pop your question in now as well. I'll come back in and type out an answer for you. A few updates. I'm working on something big. 2 big things that I'm so excited to share with you. Because of that though, I'm a little delayed on my new kind of free training series that's coming out. I'm hoping to be able to launch it by Monday, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And then the big thing I'll announce then as well. Hey Katie, good morning. Jacqueline, good. I'm glad that this is very helpful for you. Yeah, so big stuff coming. And I'm really excited to share it with you guys very, very soon. And any questions? Just a reminder too, if you have questions throughout the week, pop them into the group. Just, go to search Savvy Social Crew. When you land on the group page, the very top, it gives you an option to write a question. You can just write in and either I'll answer it then or I'll do a whole live video and answer it for you as well. That's what we did last week with the LinkedIn question. So yeah, feel free to ask questions any single time. That doesn't make any sense, but whatever. You guys get it. Anytime you have a question, just ask. I'll answer. All right, I think that's it for today. I'll see you guys in the next live video. And I hope you have a very, very good week. Oh, Jacqueline says it's helping her get out of the deer in the headlights mode. Yeah. Okay, good. Oh, I'm looking forward to it too, Jacqueline. All right. I hope you guys have a great week. I know for here in Canada, it's a holiday week. In the US, the holiday week is next week. And so I'm going to actually take my holiday next week since most of my clients are in the US. But either way, wherever you are, I hope you have a great week and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.